That is why it's good for children to grow up in a double parents home. I mean, two-parent home where the father and the mother are around, because there is a lot of nurturing that goes on. What is nurturing actually? Nurturing is helping the child develop responsibly, develop his intellectual abilities, develop his thinking faculties, develop his understanding of life, understanding of himself. You need to nurture them. And one of the ways that you do that as parents is by being there, being an example, being the moral presence. You set an example when you are there presently and a child is seeing you every day. That presence alone does a lot for the child. Secondly, not only that, but it also gives the child a great example to look at every day. I have not seen a child that grew up, in front of responsible parents that didn't love it or admire them. They always admire them. If your parents are responsible, if they are godly, they are patient, they are humble, and they are positive and hardworking, a child will admire you and the child will want to be like his father. If you have a good marriage, a child will want to marry, and if he's a male child, he wants his wife to be like his mom. If he's a female child, she wants her husband to be like her dad. Why? Because the parents have laid amazing example before them. They love the joy. They love the fun in the home. They love the responsibility, the care, the sacrifice that the husband and wife make for each other, the friendliness, the warmness of the home. They really love it. Who else would not want it? And they grow up with that mindset that this is how it should be. This is how it should be. And that really has a great impact upon their lives. I tell you, I've met many people, in as much as you have met many people, and most of the people that you meet, they will tell you, if you just ask, how about your parents, how were they, how was growing up, you will just see how their face will lit up. They will be so excited to talk about their parents, talk about their upbringing, talk about their home. Why? Because the parents laid an amazing example before them. They laid a great example before them, and that example becomes something that they really cherish, something that they want everyone to know. So it's really important that parents are available to nurture their children, to show them the way life is, equip them, with the way to look at life, with useful teachings and instructions at home. They protect their mind, they nurture them with truth, with understanding, help the children know how to reason, help the children know how to think, like Paul said in 1 Corinthians 13, verse 11. He says, when I was a child, I thought like a child. I also, I spoke like a child, and I also, reason like a child. So there is a way children do things. Parents are there to show them that they are not bad, but that they are growing up. Even when children make mistakes, parents can laugh about it and then still correct them. It's really incredible what nurturing is. And how parents can sit with their children, help them do their assignments. Parents applaud their children when they do well, reward them when they do good, and then discipline them when they go wrong. These are great, ways of nurturing a child. These are amazing things, Haven't you seen parents go out fishing with their children? Children grow up and talk about those moments when they used to go fishing with their parents. It was an incredible time. It was a great time. And parents as children are so excited about it when they see that happen, And we as parents, we have that incredible moment, whenever I have the time to play soccer with my children, football as we call it, it is incredible. Playing football with your children, they are so excited, they are so full of joy, they feel you are human, they feel you are there, they love it, and they are incredibly grateful to have you around. It is really great for children, to have their parents around and to scrabble with my children. It is really incredible, especially when they win their parents. They are so excited. Hey, I beat daddy, I beat mommy, I got it, I won. And it's really incredible. What a great thing it is. Can you imagine a child growing up and having never known a father, never known a mother, or never known both of them, living in foster homes and living in... It is really terrible. It has great psychological scars on them, makes psychological scars on them, you know. Children would really, really love, you know, to have their parents around. They would love to spend time, quality time with their parents. I enjoy watching movies with the children. That way, you teach them how to watch clean movies, not movies that will pollute their minds, not movies that will have negative impact on them. I don't love horror movies, so I don't let my children watch horror movies because I don't want them to... I know some people's perspective is that horror movies build you to resist fear. I think, well, people have different approaches, but personally, I want my children to develop. I want their minds to develop. I want their minds to grow well. I want their minds to be stable, and I want them to be relaxed and understand life and feel good about life. You know, it's really incredibly good when parents... when parents spend time with their children, it's really remarkably good. It's great, you know, and so I tell you, it is great, it is wonderful for parents to really be there for the children, spend time with them, nurturing their minds, nurturing them in understanding, answering their questions. Children are very curious. They have many, many questions, you know, many questions. You know, and when they ask the questions, you know the reason why they ask the questions, they believe that the parent is older. Parents have been around before them, and because of that, the parent knows better. You know, the parent knows better. So, and indeed it's true, a parent should know better so that he can answer questions in the mind of the child. As a parent, I endeavor to study in every area, study a lot, and get to know a lot of things so that when my children ask questions, even if I don't have the detailed answers, I can briefly give them elementary understanding of the subject. It is really incredible and good for parents to be there and answer questions, you know. You know, when children are in school, you know, can you imagine if you visit your child in school, especially on a sports day or on what we call day out, you know, where parents come to school to have a look at the children's book and things like that. It is really incredible. The child feels so good. If your child is competing in the games or is participating in an activity and you show up, oh, what an impact it has on the child. Especially when you come cheering, hey, I believe in you, you can do it. You know, even when they don't succeed, you come to them and say, wow, today you were my hero. He said, oh, Daddy, I didn't win. Doesn't matter, in my heart you won. You did very well, did your best. We don't win every day. You see, it's so reassuring for the mind of the child. What a great thing to do. Nurturing the child is what will bring the child healthily to adulthood. You know, the child will come to adulthood in great health, great understanding. He learns from his childhood experience. He is so encouraged and edified as he grows up. It's incredible. I'll be right back after this break. Please don't go away. Dreams are potential seeds. They need someone to believe in them. They need someone to finance them. And they need someone to embrace them. partner today with the World Mission Center, Abidjan, the Ivory Coast, and help us win Africa for Christ.
Good afternoon, everyone. Randy Perham here. Albert Einstein once said that the definition of insanity is to do the same things over and over again, expecting a different result. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that could be not further from the truth. Alaska, we need to stop with the insanity. In the next couple of days, I will be releasing a report highlighting the legislative work of Congressman Don Young over the last 5 years. And we have to ask ourselves, at the end of you reviewing this report, what's in it for Alaska by keep doing the same thing over and over again? I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, what's in it for Alaska is a new face, a fresh body, a fresh mind, someone who knows legislative work. Randy Perham, this guy. Elect him in 2022 to replace Don Young. And we can get Alaska back on track with meaningful legislation that will not only help Alaska, but help Americans across the United States. Please go to my website at www.rpermforus.com. Donate, sign up for the newsletter, because that's the only way that you're going to get this exclusive report is through my newsletter. And you will see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. So once again, go to www.rpermforus.com and sign up and help out. You can volunteer, you can donate. You can volunteer and donate.
Thank you so very much. My friend Randy Perham is running for Congress from the great state of Alaska. If you're in Alaska, he's a great man. They can represent you. He is a very good man. He is a good man. He is a retired serviceman who has served this country, the United States, very, very well. He's very patriotic. He loves the country. And he has great heart for the people of Alaska and for the country. I would really encourage you. He is also my colleague in TCN. He's a host on TCN. So I really stand with him, and I trust God that he will get there and do us good and help us develop the best country that we can ever have. Thank you so very much. Back to the show, growing into adulthood, the making of an adult. It's really important for us to understand that the goal is that every child will one day become a responsible, productive, and an independent adult. A child is born, for example, a girl brought up by her parents, taken care of. They dress her, they feed her, buy shoes for her. When it's Christmas, birthday, whatever it is, dress her well, give her the best to take her, make her hair, do all kinds of things. Until she grows, and they teach her how to take care of herself when she begins menstruation, when she's in school, and they begin to teach her how to live, what is responsibility, until she comes to a place where she gets to get married. When she gets married, she is independent of her parents. She goes to her husband's house, and she no longer depends on her parents. Not only that, when a girl is growing up, she reaches a particular age that she should be independent of her parents. She doesn't have to be fed by the parents, even if she's not married. She doesn't have to be clothed by the parents. She doesn't have to be told, oh, sit down here, or go there, or don't do this, don't do that. Why? Because she's been trained. And she reaches a particular age that you expect her to be able to think for herself. For example, when a child gets to 13, you expect her to begin to know how to take care of her underwears. You expect her to begin to, before then, in fact, many people as young as 5 years, 6 years, begin to teach the child how to empty the trash can in the room, in their own room, how to make their bed, begin to teach them. Why are you doing that? You want them to come to a place where they will not be dependent on everybody, but they will be independent and take care of themselves and do what is right. So a child eats in many homes. A child at a particular age eats and takes his plates himself from the dining table to the kitchen, puts it in the sink. And then the child gets to a place where he eats, takes the plates to the kitchen. Don't only put it in the sink, but wash the plate and clean it up and put it back on the rack. What are you doing? You are teaching the child responsibility. You are showing the child responsibility. In Africa, you come to an age where you wash your own clothes with your hand. You come to a place where you iron your own clothes as a child. You come to a place where you clean your shoes, you clean your room, you sweep the house. And then as a child, you come to a place where you cook for the family, and that's how it is done in Africa. Children are raised up, especially if you're a girl. Your parents begin to sound it in your ears that one day you're going to be somebody's wife and you're going to take care of your family, your own family. You will clean your family, you will cook for your family, especially in Africa where most men are breadwinners. Even though society has changed, both men and women go to work. Still, it's still the responsibility of women to take care of the home. The man goes out and makes the money, incomes. In most cases, in many families I know, and he leaves that the responsibility of handling the family finances to the wife. And so that's how it goes in many places in Africa. So parents begin to train the girl to know that, hey, listen, one day you're going to be responsible of your house. The Bible talks about, in Psalm 31, talks about the virtuous woman. And it talks about her responsibility in taking care of her family. It's not a burden. Of course, feminist tells you that it's slavery, but it's not. I know, thousands of women who are really excited about that they don't feel oppressed in any way taking care of their family. Especially Christian women who believe in Scripture. It's not slavery to take care of your family. It's not slavery to get up in the morning and make sure that breakfast is ready. So I even though in many cases when a wife is tired, a husband can get up, and even me sometimes I do that. Get up and make breakfast for everybody. It's not slavery. It's actually taking care of your home. Taking care of your husband, taking care of your children, taking care of your wife. And so. Now, so a child should be prepared as he's growing up, that one day he will be an adult. It is important that a young man is trained to understand responsibility, which we'll look at probably tomorrow, and to know that one day he will provide for his family, he will take care of his wife, he's going to clothe her, and he's going to provide a home, a house, a residence for her, and he's going to buy clothes for her and feed her. It's a responsibility of a husband, but the young man needs to begin to learn that. You don't get married before you learn that. You learn that from childhood, and then we're going to look at that. So, secondly, first of all, the role of the parents is to nurture a child. Make sure that the child has a sound mind and sound grasp of life and of things that are involved in life. Secondly, it is the role of the parents to protect a child. Physical protection, mental protection, and spiritual protection. It is absolutely important for parents to understand that. They have the responsibility of taking care of children and providing protection for them from physical harm. As a husband, you have the responsibility to protect your wife, from physical harm as much as you can. Of course, you can't be with her 24 hours. But when you are there, it is your responsibility to lay down your life for your family, for your wife especially, and also for your children. It is also the responsibility of the parent, the man and the wife, to protect their children from physical harm. Protect them as much as you can. One of the ways you do that is by teaching them how to avoid accidents, especially domestic accidents, even accidents outside the home. When we are growing up, your parents taught you how to cross the road. We are taught in school, but parents too told us, hey, Johnny, before you cross the road, make sure you look at both sides very well. Make sure there's no car coming before you cross the road. And when you're crossing the road, go as fast as possible. Don't stop in the road eating candies, or gisting with your friends. No, so these were protective measures that we were taught. Be careful, wash your hands before you eat, so that you will not get harmed, you don't get poisoned, and so on and so forth. So you want protected your child. Don't play with glass. Johnny, don't play with fire. Don't play with this. You are teaching the child preventive ways, preventive measures, how to prevent harming himself, hurting himself. Don't play with fire. Don't play with razor blade. Don't play with a knife. Don't play with a gun. Don't play with this. Don't climb on the wall when you know you can fall and hurt yourself. Don't climb on a tree when you are too young, and so on and so forth. All these things are protective measures. You are teaching the child to be observant, to be careful when he's doing things. You tell a child before you light the gas, as he's growing up and begin to use the gas cooker in the house, hey, be careful before you light the match. Don't turn the gas on before you light the match first, before you turn the gas, and then, take the match there and light it. It's really important because children can be playful. They can turn on the gas and then their mind wanders off and they are talking with people while gas is spreading in the house. And so a good parent teaches the child protective measures. Protective measures. Teach the child how to avoid disasters and accidents and harm. Teach him how to take care of himself. Don't insert anything in your nose. Don't insert anything in your ears. Don't insert anything in your eyes. It can harm your eyes. These are protective measures. Be careful with your skin. Don't burn yourself, so on and so forth. All these are protective measures, and it is the responsibility of the parent. You want your child to become an adult, so you protect that child, right? You protect him, you protect her, so that they will be careful and not hurt themselves. All right, so that's really important. Another thing about being protective is also physically being there. You have to be there and defend them. Defend them against intruders, defend them against someone who is trying to harm them, kill them, rape them, whatever it is. Go out of your way as a parent to protect them and defend them. If your school, which has been given the trust of raising a child, are rather teaching your child what is wrong, it is your responsibility as a parent to get up there and defend your child. Stand up to the school. Stand up to it. If your child is in church and being molested, if your child is in anywhere, in the children's club, wherever it is, and your child is being molested, it is your responsibility as a parent to stand up for your child. Stand up for your children. Don't give birth to a child and not stand up for the child. Let the child know you're protecting him, and you yourself be confident and assured that you have protected your child well enough. Well enough. You can't just sit idle by and your child is being harassed, intimidated, bullied, and then you just keep quiet and say, well, the Lord will solve this matter. The Lord has put that responsibility on you to solve the matter. So be there for your child. Defend, protect your child. Parents should protect their children. It is their responsibility to protect the children, to keep them from harm's way, to keep them from danger, to hide them, to protect them, whatever it is. And many people, of course, many people don't check what's going on with their children's social media. I am a firm believer that you should check it. In fact, even my adult children, I have, understandably, not by force, but with their agreement, I have a look at their social media accounts, know what's going on. I want to know what's going on in their lives. It's my responsibility to protect them and to defend them. It's my responsibility. It is our responsibility to watch after them, So don't let anybody be bullying them. When you hear of children committing suicide because they are being bullied in school, my first question is, what have the parents been doing? Why have you not been attentive, when your child is being bullied, your child is being intimidated and harassed? You need to pay attention. And so if you have a child at home, one of the things parents don't do is they don't check their children's school bags. Check your child's school bags. Check it. Check what your child is bringing home. Check what your child is putting inside the bag. Before you know it, someone will give your child a drug to take to another person. So you need to know what's going on. You come back from the work, whatever it is, no matter how tired you are, you pick the child bag especially. You can do it when the child is not, even if he's gone to bed, you can do it. You don't have to call the child there. You can tell the child to bring his bag, or you can go and take the bag yourself, have a look at it from time to time, and know what's going on. Don't let your child open to attack, to harassment, to bullying. Be there to defend your child. Don't stay away from home. Be at home at the right time. And make sure that nothing is intruding, no one is intruding in your home to harm your family. It is your responsibility. It is your responsibility. If your child drives Or if you have a family car that is not healthy, make sure that the family is in good shape. I mean, the car is in good shape. Don't let your children drive cars that are really risky. You know, it is your responsibility to protect your children. If you protect your children well, it will be great. It will be well. It will be wonderful. So please check on your children. Make sure that they are safe. It is your responsibility to protect them until they get to adulthood, when they will be independent, they will be productive, or rather, I would like to say they will be productive, they will be independent, and they will be responsible. I prefer to put responsibility first. They will be responsible, they will be productive, and independent. That's the goal. That's what your children should be, you know. And we'll be back and talk about one more thing before we go tonight. So thank you so very much. Just hang in there. God bless you.
Hello, everyone. This is Global Impact with David Mackwell, your host. Isaiah chapter 2, verses 1 to 5 says that a time is coming when the church will rise.
Dreams are potential seeds. They need someone to believe in them. They need someone to finance them. And they need someone to embrace them. Partner today with the World Mission Center, Abidjan, the Ivory Coast, and help us win Africa for Christ. Welcome back. Thank you so very much for being here. This is Global Impact on the Exceptional Conservative Network TV. We are glad and happy to have you here always and every time that you. Thank you so very much, our old viewers, people have been with us for quite some time. We really feel encouraged, you know. I was really excited. One of my viewers, one of my friends who watched yesterday, shared with me notes that she took from yesterday's show. I was super excited. My wonderful friend Lisa, I was really excited. I was, wow. I mean, that's incredible. It was great. It was beautiful. And then, of course, her handwriting was the best. So thank you so very much, Lisa. Thank you for all of you who are watching. We really feel honored here in the studios of World Mission Center. We appreciate you. Thank you so very much. I will be right back after this break one more time, you know. All right, so welcome back to the show tonight. Again, so we are back here talking about the making of an adult. So, again, so the responsibility for making children adult comes from the parents. I'm sorry, I'm having some noise coming in from outside here, and I'll be quickly back to sort that out.
Authority and influence and dominate the earth. And many nations will come and say, teach us the ways of the Lord. Global Impact is a show that inspires you as a Christian to rise up through the values of the kingdom of God and shine as light wherever you may be. We believe that missions is no longer limited to some isolated, unreached community in some dark continent. The church should reach out to all aspects of life, including politics, business, science and research, the media and diplomacy, and every aspect of human life. Join us on Global Impact, Monday through Friday. Global Impact is broadcast on TECNTV.com. Join us.
So thank you so very much for, being there patient with us here. So again, so today we're talking about the fact that it is solely the responsibility of parents to nurture, to protect, and to train a child, so that the goal is that this child will become a responsible, and a productive and an independent adult. That's the point. The child has to grow and become responsible, productive, and independent. You don't want your child to be a dependent when they grow up. You don't want them to hang on, depend on you, or depend on others, or depend on the government. You know, the government never has good intention for you. When you depend on the government, it is because you are exchanging your life for the help they will give to you. And so you will not have a say of your own. As long as the government helps you, they decide what you do. And that's what is so bad about government help. It's really very important for one to be totally independent. You know, I'm not against government helping people, as long as that help is temporary, as long as that help is so you can find your footing. That's excellent. But depending on the government, it is absolutely ungodly. It is wrong morally. It is also wrong historically and culturally. You cannot depend on the government. You can also not depend on other people. You should be independent. You should be, you know, relaxed and be able to stand on your own. I know many people that really find it really hard anytime they have to take any government help. And I know many people who were on welfare who decided one day and say, I don't want it anymore. You know, well, that's not what we're talking about. So the third thing that the parents have to do, the role of the parents, is to train a child. Training. Training involves training how to take care of himself, training how to take care of others, training the child on how to take care of his siblings, take care of his younger ones, take care of his parents, take care of the older ones, the elderly, the seniors. In Africa, where we don't have nursing homes, you know, every parent is taken care of by their children. You know, so when you get to a certain age, you move in with your children. They take care of you for the rest of your life. It is such a great honor, a great blessing for children to take care of their parents. And most, you know, 99.9% of children, of people in Africa are so excited for the opportunity to take care of their parents. Even when the parents are dealing with difficulties in their health, or they can't see, or there is mental health issues, children are always really grateful that they have the opportunity to take care of their parents, you know. And so, but you can't do that if you are not trained to take care of others. If you are trained to be selfish, think only about yourself, and also only what's good for you, of course you should think about yourself. You should desire that all things will go well for you. You should actually really work hard and take care of yourself. You should desire to succeed. You should be happy. You know, your happiness should not be exchanged, will not be traded for anything. You should be happy. However, you should also understand that responsibility and care for others, especially your household, is absolutely important. The Bible is saying, Paul teaching on that, said to Timothy, I believe, he says, anyone who cannot take care of his own household is worse than an infidel, worse than an unbeliever. So it is important for us to take care of others, to take care of our loved ones. In the same way, we also learn to take care of society, take care of the weak in society. It is never the role of government to take care of the weak and the poor in society. It is the role of members of society to take care of one another. We should take care of one another. We should take care of our neighbors. We should take care of our loved ones, take care of, you know, and that's where charity comes in. Charity should not be a government program. Charity should be a program of the people, by people, people willingly going out of their way to do things. That's absolutely important. However, train your child to be responsible, to wash their clothes, to iron their clothes, to take care of their rooms, dress their room, arrange their room, put things in order, right from the home, and take care of every other thing. And then you go out there, also train the children also to be in school, work hard in school. Working hard in school is not a punishment, you know, and you know, washing your plates when you eat, after you eat, is not punishment. There's nothing that responsibility is never a punishment. Responsibility is actually good. Work is good. People should work. Children should know that. Children should know that work is not a curse. Work is not a disadvantage. Work is good. You know, work is good. Go to work, earn a living, you know, and then you start small. You grow one day. That's one other thing that parents need to teach children. Tell the children that you start life small. You start your life small. You were actually born small, little, and you keep growing and increasing, and every year you make progress. In the same way, in every aspect of life, whether finances, school, or whatever, academics or job, whatever it is, you always start at the bottom of the ladder and you grow up. That's absolutely important. That's a great lesson. You train your child, train them to handle crisis. Let them know that in life there are crises, and crises will not last forever. And you live by example. You also show them. It's absolutely incredible when you do that. I'll be right back. Dreams are potential seeds. They need someone to believe in them. They need someone to finance them. And they need someone to embrace them. Partner today with the World Mission Center, Abidjan, the Ivory Coast, and help us win Africa for Christ.
What happened to the church? To the living, powerful, transformative, nation-shaking Christianity?
What they're trying to do is completely demolish Western civilization and then to rebuild it in a just society.
How do you break down American Christianity?
I think the problem today in our culture is many of our words have been co-opted and stolen and dumbed down and reversed.
Social justice is sold as something that it isn't. Critical race theory is sold as something that it isn't.
Whiteness has caused blindness of heart. Whiteness has caused blindness of heart.
When you preach victimization, it always leads to vengeance and vice. Us against them, me against you, I want my pound of flesh.
American churches today are where the universities were 10 years ago. Pretty heavily Marxist. They're not quite there yet, but they're well on the way. Many of the seminaries and Bible colleges are definitely already there.
That message that they're going out and taking the world is not, you need to repent of your sin, receive Christ. Instead, the message that you actually have is they are under the weight of racism or sexism or homophobia, and then we need to unify them together.
I'm gay, I'm 29, I'm a youth pastor in New Jersey.
I'm straight, and I'm also a youth pastor in New Jersey.
We're planning on sharing life together for the rest of our lives, which we're not totally sure what that looks like. Obviously, Nick is straight, and he does plan on getting married. When he has a wife one day, she'll make those decisions with us.
The future damage of what we're doing now is just going to be enormous.
The entire fabric of family, personal wealth, private property, all those things are out the door. And everything is the state. They believe the state is God.
They don't define justice the same way as the scripture.
Oh no, it's going to be an equality, all right. And it's going to be a totalitarian Marxist justice.
Thank you so very much. You can go to Enemies Within the Church and have a look at and get that movie. It is absolutely important. If you care about the church, you care about the body of Christ, you want the body of Christ to grow, you should go out there and have a look at this movie. It is incredibly important. We need to change the church. We need to bring the church back to its feet, where it was powerful, it was earth-shaking, it was life-transforming. Thank you so very much for tuning in today, for watching Global Impact. We really appreciate you, and we thank you. We'll be back tomorrow with another exciting edition of this show. God bless you. God bless you.